The Acer Orion 7000's latest iteration is a visual stunner, and like most other gaming PCs today, they're stepping away from the more RGB means more power philosophy. For $3,500, you can get yourself this beefy gaming machine right now. At the heart of the Orion 7000 lies the Intel Core i9-13900, a 24-core processor which handles games and creative tasks with ease. To be clear, this is a 13th gen processor and the 14th gens are already out, but it's still one of the best processors that Intel offers right now in 2024. Like the CPU, the GPU is also top-notch. It's the NVIDIA GeForce RTX4090, and as you can expect, the game experience is beyond breathtaking, even more with ray tracing and AI enhancements. By the way, if you haven't already, subscribe to us for more videos just like this one every single day. Forza Horizon 5 with extreme preset runs perfectly. It averages 230 FPS when in 1440p, while it can handle 160 FPS on 4K. And I'd say that's absolutely mind-blowing when everything's turned up to the maximum settings. Cyberpunk 2077 at 1440p Ultra preset runs at a stable 70 to 80 FPS. And if you turn it up to 4K, it'll drop down to 50 FPS average. It sounds low, but that's with DLSS frame generation turned off. Results may vary, but you can almost double the frame rates with frame generation, so maybe around 60 to 80 FPS is a safe bet. Hogwarts Legacy is another game that's kinda hard to run. At 1440p with everything turned up to ultra settings, you'll get a respectable 75-80 FPS. Turn it up to 4K and you'll still get 55 to 60 FPS. The Orion 7000 has 32 GB of DDR5 RAM, a 1TB PCIe Gen 4 SSD, and a 2TB HDD, which I think is pretty weird in 2024. It does have value and it helps make sure that you never run out of space, but I can't stress this enough. It's 2024. I recommend swapping out the 2TB HDD for an SSD, or at least only using the HDD for extra files like photos, videos, and whatnot. It's powerful, no doubt, but the real-world difference may not always justify the upgrade, especially for casual users. The Orion 7000 didn't cheap out on connectivity, featuring Intel Wi-Fi 6E for fast internet speeds, and it helps give it a bit of future-proofing. It is loaded with ports to include 6 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports, and a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port. And since this has a 4090, it'll have one HDMI 2.1 port and 3 DisplayPort 1.4a. Its chassis, though robust and clearly built with an eye for the dramatic, manages to strike a balance between form and function. The customizable RGB lighting is there, but it feels more sophisticated this time around, less about showing off and more about complementing the overall aesthetic. The real star, however, might be the cooling system. Acer has revamped the airflow and included a top-tier liquid cooling setup, and it's fairly effective at cooling the internals. But of course, with high specs, its fans are understandably noisy. For those who like to tinker with settings, Acer has polished the user experience with updated BIOS and Predator Sense software, making system control more intuitive and less like a chore. Adjusting performance settings, cooling, and lighting is now more straightforward, giving you a level of customization that will be appreciated by both novices and enthusiasts. The Acer Orion 7000 is a powerhouse, engineered for those who demand top-tier performance and aesthetics. Yet its high price tag and the marginal gains in everyday performance might make it less appealing to the casual gamer or those on a tighter budget. It's a machine built for the future, but whether it's a wise investment today depends on your needs and how much value you place on cutting-edge specs versus real-world application. The Orion 7000 is a compelling choice for professionals and enthusiasts, giving a blend of power, design, and a quieter gaming experience. However, for those with simpler needs or a keen eye on value, there might be more cost-effective options that still deliver solid gaming experiences without the premium price. But here's the surprise. While it costs just as much as a used car, buying it from Amazon is much cheaper than if you get it on Acer's website. If you're interested in this pre-build, scan this QR code or check the links in the description box below.